So, we can show that F naught is an algebra, and then we can show that F naught is not a sigma algebra. So, this I will leave as a homework. This is just chasing up all the definitions, right, chasing up the definition of an algebra. Can somebody tell why F naught is not a sigma algebra? I just gave an example actually, right, or let us say odd tosses, right. So, let me say for example that so I am just going to prove 2, okay. I am going to prove that it is not a sigma algebra. Proof of 2. In order to prove that it is not a sigma algebra, I can show I can produce an example where it is not closed under countable unions. It is closed under finite unions, you will show, okay. Let A I be the event that the ith toss is a head, okay, ith toss is a 0. Then and let E equal to with the event, so be the event, I should not really say event, right. You know why it is not an event, right. I have not yet defined the sigma algebra. I should say be the subset of omega such that. So, for example, A 2 will consist of all those coin tosses, all those infinite bit strings in which the second string is a head, right. Similarly, A 10 will consist of all those strings for which the 10th is a head, right. So, I want to know, I want to consider the following: E equal to subset of omega such that, let us say all even index tosses are heads. Okay. Fine. So, A I, so you will know that A I belongs to what? F I, right. A is clearly an element of F I because I can call it in I tosses. F I implies A I is a element of F naught for all I, correct. Agreed. So, A is an element of F I, therefore, A must be an element of F naught, because if your A is in even one of the F I's, then it will be in F naught, right. So, this much is clear. So, after all, A I is whether the ith toss is a head, right, it can be decided in finitely many coin tosses, but I am claiming that my E, so I can define my E as a countable union of the A I's, isn't it, or intersection probably, isn't it, true or no. So, if I write E, I can write E, note that E equal to intersection A I I is equal to 2, 4, 6 dot dot dot, right. I am intersecting all the even index A I's. So, A I is the corresponds to the ith bit being heads. I want all even index tosses to be heads, right. So, which means E must be the intersection of all these A I's where the index runs over only the even numbers, right. If you want all your tosses to be heads you will say I equal to 1 through I belongs to n, right, for example. So, is this clear? Right, I am just mandating that all my even tosses are heads. So, this is, so these are all elements of f naught, right, but E is not an element of f naught. So, A I belongs to f naught, E is not an element of f naught, implies f naught is not a sigma algebra, correct. Everybody with me? So, I have what I have argued here is for each I, A I is an f naught, because whether the ith toss is a head, I can decide in finite number of tosses, correct, which is what f naught is, but E says all my even index tosses must be heads, and that is clearly not an element of f naught, because f naught only consists of those subsets which are decidable in finitely many tosses, and I cannot decide E in finitely many tosses, but E is a countable intersection of elements of f naught, correct. So, you see the proof. So, here is yet another example of an algebra which is not a sigma algebra. So, just think about this a little bit, I mean I guess it is a little bit easier on the intervals and so on, right. So, this is a little, I am doing this specifically to make you think about these kind of sample spaces as well, okay. Is okay. So, my f naught is an algebra, but it is not a sigma algebra, okay. But there is something nice about an algebra as well, right. Yesterday we stated a theorem that says if I tell you the measure on an algebra, some pseudo measure on an algebra, then I can extend it under certain circumstances. So, if I tell you the measure I would like to put on those subsets which can be decided in finitely many tosses, then maybe I can invoke Carathéodory and then transfer the measure onto, extend the measure onto a sigma algebra. Now, what is the sigma algebra now? Sigma of f naught, okay. Sigma, we do not know what sigma algebra it is, some sigma algebra, right. So, we can, what we will try and do is put a p naught, some pseudo measure on f naught, and then use Carathéodory's theorem and extend the measure onto the sigma algebra generated by f naught. Remember, f naught is not a sigma algebra. So, you have to make it a sigma algebra by taking countable unions and so on, okay. So, here is the program, all right. So, I do the following, f naught is not a sigma algebra. So, this is done, lemma is done. So, I want to define P naught from f naught to 0 1 satisfying P naught of omega equal to 1 and countable additivity on f naught, right, that is what Carathéodory wants us to do. But what we should initially do is we have to set our P naught to be right on the algebra in the first place, just like we did it on the intervals. We put P naught as the length of the interval and then decided we will extend it, right. Now, we have to say that if you give me an element of f naught which can be decided let us say in n tosses, I will basically make all these n 2 power n possibilities equally likely, that is what I am going to do to correspond to a uniform measure, right. So, we want to define P naught to correspond to fair coin tosses. So, we do as follows, let us say, so say I give you A in f naught, okay. So, if A is in F naught, so I want to decide what the probability of some A in F naught is. Okay. So, if A is in F naught, then it must be in, yeah, it must be in one of the Fi's, right. Then A is in Fi for some I in natural numbers. See, you know that if A is in Fi, it must also be in Fi plus 1 and so on, right. So, if you want, you can put that I for which you can put the smallest I if you want, right, but we will see that it does not matter, you can take any I, okay, because Fi's are nested increasing, right. So, if you find an I, you can also find other I's. So, okay, never mind. So, A belongs to Fi, some I. So, if A is in Fi, then what can you say about the first I bits? It must be of a certain form, right. Then A must be written of the, A must have a representation A, remember that guy, A superscript I must belong to, oh wait a second, sorry, omega. So, I must really write omega 1 omega 2 omega I is in A superscript I, is not it? This is my characterization of Fi. So, I am saying that the first I bit should have a certain pattern, right. It could be any one of the subsets of 2 power n possibilities, right. This A I is some subset of 0 1 power n, 0 1 power I actually, right. Define, I am going to now define the measure, okay. Next, define P naught of A is equal to cardinality of A superscript I over 2 power I. Okay. You see what I am doing? So, this A I will correspond to some pattern among the first I bits. In the example I gave, I was 10 and I was looking at all those possibilities where there were at least 2 heads, remember, right. So, in that case my I will be 10, right. So, I want to assign the probability of, well, P naught, which is the pseudo measure, as the cardinality of that set. So, what is the cardinality of that set now? Of the first 10 tosses you want at least 2 heads is what I said. So, you will have 10 choose 2 plus 10 choose 3 plus, that will be the cardinality of that set, divided by 2 power 10 in this case. So, that is what I am doing. Okay. So, I am again couching it in some notation, but it is actually very simple. So, if for example, to take a very simple example, I am looking at the set of all tosses where the third toss is a head, okay. Then I will have it will be an element of F3, correct. So, I will have 1 by 2 power 3 in the denominator will be 2 power 3, and here the set of AI's will be, there are 4 possibilities, right. You are fixing the third bit, but first 2 can be anything. So, there are 4 possibilities, 4 over 8 half. So, I am basically saying that the probability of some bit being whatever heads or tails is half, and I am also saying that if you give me any specific n bit pattern. So, maybe I tell you that my first 10 tosses should be a very specific string, then there will only be one such thing here and it will be 1 by 2 power 10, right. So, this is what you would normally call a fair coin toss, except now there is an infinitely many coin tosses. So, this is perfectly intuitive, right, it is just couched in some notation. So, is this clear? Now, there is one little issue here. So, remember if some A is in F I, it is also an element of F I plus 1 and so on, right. So, I may for example, choose some I which is not the smallest I, then you may ask me, oh, is this measure going to change? It will not change. Come to think of it, let us say I take the third coin toss being heads, let us say I call it F 4 now, it is an F 3, but it is also an F 4 clearly, right. Now, I am looking at 4 strings in which the third bit alone is heads. So, there are 8 possibilities now and the denominator is 16. So, it is again the same answer. So, you can verify that in fact this definition of probability of P naught of A, the pseudo measure, is independent of whether you actually manage to choose the smallest I or not, right. So, you let us say you start define saying okay, this is my smallest I, but it does not really matter, you can even choose some bigger I. This is invariant under choosing bigger i's for example. Okay. So, this is perfectly well defined, uniquely defined. Okay. So, this is what I want, right. Now, I have to verify that P naught of omega, what happens to know P naught of omega? I have to verify it is 1, right, is that true? So, if I look at P naught of omega, then what will be my first I bits will be all 2 power I possibilities, right. So, it will be 2 power I over 2 power I, right. So, my omega will consist of all possible binary strings, infinite binary strings, therefore, my first I bits can be all possible 2 power I strings. So, P naught of, so clearly P naught of omega is 1. Now, there is, in order to invoke Carat-Theodori, you need just one more thing. So, you have an algebra F naught, you know that P naught of omega is 1, you just need countable relativity over this F naught, right. Now, that is non trivial, okay, but it is true. Okay. So, now you can invoke Carat-Theodori and say this P naught can be extended to a unique measure on sigma of F naught. Okay. So, you can verify P naught of omega equal to 1, this is easy, this is 1, P naught is countably additive on F naught, this is non trivial, it is non trivial, but true. Okay. Therefore, Carat-Theodori holds. So, by Carat-Theodori P naught can be uniquely extended to a measure on what omega comma sigma of F naught, right. Extended to a probability measure P on omega comma sigma of F naught. Okay. And that is my probability measure, that is all there is to it, and that probability measure will agree perfectly with P naught on these F naught sets, right. So, if you ask me under this measure P what is the probability, but my 13th toss is at head, it will be half, right, because P naught says it is half. So, P will agree with it, except now this P is also defined on sets like E. See, remember E was never on F naught, E is the event that there all event tosses are heads, let us say, this E was not in F naught. So, my P naught will not assign any value to it, but my P will be defined on, why is now why is P defined on E? It is a countable intersection of F naught sets. So, this must be E is not in the algebra, but it is in the sigma algebra. So, P naught is not defined for E, but P is defined for E. Okay. So, now what do you think this P of E is? Yes? P of E is half. P of E will be 0. Try showing that P of E is 0. So, P of E is the P of a countable intersection, right. You have to use continuity of probabilities. Okay. So, do I have, I am running out of time. So, you can write, so in this case I will just put a little box and give you a hint for this. P of E equal to P of intersection I is equal to 2 4 6 dot 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 A I, right. So, this is like a, you can write it as I equal to I belongs to 2 n or whatever, right. So, you can essentially what you can do, maybe you can put I equal to 2 I, A 2 I maybe, and put I equal to 1 to infinity, it is okay, same thing. Now, what do you do? So, this by continuity of probability is limit n tending to infinity probability intersection I equals 1 through n A to I, right. This is by continuity of probabilities, correct. There is no nested decreasing business here, but this is true by continuity of probabilities. Now, what is that? 1 by 2 power n, right. Limit of that is, so this is, this guy is, you are looking at, there are certain n bits have to be heads, the probability of that is, you know, is 1 by 2 power n, right. So, this is so this is 1 by 2 power n. So, this will be 0. So, the probability of all even bits being heads is 0. Okay. So, that is an example. So, but P naught is not defined for E, okay, but P is defined for E and it is equal to 0. Okay, I will stop here.